Hey everyone, this is Robert with Odd Random Thoughts again, and I have another Photoshop tutorial for you. This time we're going to focus on backgrounds. Okay, now you've seen a lot of auctions on eBay possibly where they have like a coin just floating on a black background. Now that's a lot simpler to do than you might think. There's several different ways you can actually remove a background from a photo. One way you may choose to do that is you can come over here and select your magic eraser tool, and that will allow you to click on any area of this photo that you want, and anything that matches that same color scale is going to be erased. So if we click down here, you can see anything that had that same color has disappeared, but it's left a lot of junk behind. But another problem with this method is if you click closer to your object, like in this shadowing, it's going to remove part of your object as well. So that's a very, very hard method to control. It works very well for straight edged objects, but in this case, this isn't going to work so well. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, and we'll open that same image up again. Now another way some people choose to remove backgrounds is by using the Extract plugin for Photoshop. Now we can access that by going to Filter and Extract. Now keep in mind this doesn't come stock with your Photoshop installation. You'll have to download that somewhere else and install it. But it is a very good plugin. What it allows you to do is to actually highlight around the area that you want to erase, and then if you go here to select the areas you want to retain, highlight them by clicking on it, and then if you hit preview, you'll see this area has disappeared. So you see how you can use that. You can actually outline your object and then get rid of everything else that's on the outside of that highlight. But then again, this is not very practical for this method because it's very time consuming to come around and clean up your edges and erase all the excess that you cannot get. So we're not going to use that method today. Since we have a round object, what we want to do is we want to come over here and convert this image to a smart object. Now like we discussed in some of the other tutorials, is by doing that it gives you a canvas behind your image. Okay, so this is going to allow you to be able to create a mask behind this image to get rid of all this extra background area. So now that we've created it to a smart object, we'll come over here and select our Ellipse tool. Now if you hold shift when you drag this ellipse out, it will keep a perfectly round circle. So let's hold shift and we'll just come up here somewhere in the left corner and we'll drag out until we have a circle that's a little oversized from our image. Okay, now what we want to do is make sure that our image is above that mask. That way this is on top of your mask. Now in order to get rid of this background, if you hold down Alt and put your cursor in between your image and your mask layer until you see the two little circles appear, click once and that will remove all of that excess around the outside of the mask. Now that doesn't look very good, does it? You're probably thinking, well, look at that. We've got all this extra stuff. We've chopped off part of the image, but we can fix that real easy. Click on your mask layer, hit Control T, and then you can move that mask wherever you want. So let's just move it up here until we can see our coin. Okay, now let's grab these edges, pull them in until we just retain what we want of that image. Okay, now we can still move this to adjust it just a tad. And go ahead and hit enter. And then we have our blank canvas behind our image. Nice clean edge. So we want to create a new layer in order to put our background on. So if you hold Control and come down here and click to create new layer, holding Control will put that layer on the very bottom. And that's where you want it to be. You want it to be the first layer in your project. Now if you hold Shift and hit Backspace, this will open up your fill. In your fill area you can select foreground, background color. You can select any color you want, or there's even patterns that you can use like we were doing in the picture frame tutorial. But we want to just use a black background, so let's choose color. Then we can pick whatever color we want, and we're going to use black. So click OK and OK again, and then you have your black background. Now this allows you to see a little better any remaining mask. So let's just click over here on our mask, hit Control T, and then we'll pull that in just a hair. And then again we'll adjust that just a little bit. And then hit enter. And there you have it, folks. There's your coin floating on a black background, and it's ready to go to eBay. So I hope this has been a helpful tutorial on removing backgrounds from your digital images. Again, this is Robert with Odd Random Thoughts, and we'll see you next time.